back to the channel. We gotta run to the hobby shop and pick up some supplies, try to get some paint on this NSX body. Not sure how far we're going to get. I'm doing this on Saturday morning and trying to get it posted for Sunday. I've been super busy with all the transition at work, so let's see what we can get done here. Let's go get some paint. Welcome back. It's Sunday. We got the TT02 wrapped up. The only thing it's missing now is deciding on what pinion gear we want to run. I didn't film, well, I did film it. It was on the members only video. Putting electronics in it. Run an Eco Power. I'm not sure what number servo that even is, but it is the low profile Eco Power servo. Our little 2-channel Spectrum receiver. The 1060 speed control that comes with the car, and the torque tube motor. Only thing we're lacking now is the pinion gear. I'm not sure what gear I'm going to run yet. We are running the Yeah Racing spur gear adapter, so I have a standard 48 pitch Kimbrough spur gear in there. I think that makes things a little easier and a little more durable. And of course we got our turbo disc. We got body mounted, got it trimmed up. And like I said, in honor of Ryan Blaney winning the championship the day we were building the car, we're going to do a Ryan Blaney Menards paint scheme on an Acura NSX. Keep the body on there. So we got it all mounted up. Went ahead and cut some masks. No need to see that again. We got Menards, some 12s. We made doubles just in case we mess up. And we got another set of numbers if we mess up. And we're going to do a little twist. We're going to put our logo on the hood. His car was the Menards Dutch Boy paint. They run a combination, like an associate sponsor on these cars. Sometimes the hood's black, sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's green for Quaker State. But the championship race, the car was blue on the top for the Dutch Boy paint. It's got a little blue stripe on the bottom that comes up the rear. And then you got your Menards orange and yellow, 2 shades of orange. So it's going to be a little tricky getting that Menards logo over these vents, because I want it to be the full length. I don't want to cut it off and make it all stubby. I like to feel the panel, so we're going to split it right here to get around this body line. So that's going to be a little bit of a trick. Another reason why we need a double, just in case we cut and mess that up when we cut it. Got my body sitting good. Got it slammed. I got it, might be a little too low, but low is better. So let's get the mask in and get this thing sprayed today. The car does come with window mask. It's not pre-cut, I don't think. We'll see if it is. I don't think it is. No, it is not pre-cut, so it's pretty easy. Just follow the guidelines. You can cut them with the scissors or an X-Acto knife, however you feel more comfortable. And I'm going to do it with a hobby knife. Makes it a little bit quicker than using masking tape, because it's about as easy to use masking, but this is already drawn out, so no need to get all up in the body. All right, there's one. Don't need to see all that. That'll get quite boring, I imagine. So we're going to fast forward and go ahead and get some of this on the body. There's one side. All right, there's all the factory masking trimmed and installed. Really easy to work with. This is kind of some kind of crepe tape, like a masking material. It's not vinyl. It does come with headlight buckets in this body, and it got headlight masking if you want to leave your lights clear. We're going to run this body, we're going to race it, so we're not going to worry about doing the scale stuff with lights and stuff in it. But it's cool you have that option. And the light buckets are molded in the back of the body on the before you trim it out. So do pay attention when you cut that. Don't cut through the buckets if you want to use them. Other than that, now let's go forward with our numbers and logos. I'll do the numbers first so I can kind of get an orientation for the logo on the side, because I want the number to move forward, similar to the real NASCAR. So let's get to putting those on, and this we'll start fighting this quarter panel logo. Just like some of our other paint videos, this vinyl is not paint mask. It is just some lower grade, cheaper vinyl I found on eBay. It works fine for paint mask. If it's a little cool where you're painting, it definitely comes off the body a little easier with a little bit of heat, with the heat, well, not a heat gun, but with a hair dryer, low heat. When it's cold and you try to pull the little letters out, or the little details like the outlines and stuff, sometimes it'll get a little aggravating and try to break. So a little bit of heat, just minimal amount of heat, makes it a little more pliable and it comes off really easy. There's our numbers. Left them a little bit low because we actually have to bring our color up through here, the top of the car, or at least the hood section, and a little bit on the bottom is blue. So yeah, it might look a little funny now, but it'll all make sense in a minute. And we're going to run out of room for there's 2 orange stripes in the yellow. This body's a lot more condensed and smaller proportions than a NASCAR type body, so I hope we don't lose too much of the effect, but I think you'll get the picture once it's all done. Now, before I turn you off again, we got to fight these Menards logos. I got them kind of big. They're going to go right over this body line. It's hard to see in the camera, but that's about a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch scoop right there. So we're going to go right over it and try to trim around it. And I'll just leave you on. I'll edit it out. How's that? A little bit of heat may be good in this situation, but I don't want to stretch it over that. I want to actually just cut it off, because that actually that's actually an opening on the real car, and it comes with decals to put in there for a vent. And we could get fancy and tape that off and paint it, but we might revert to the decals. Since this is going to be a race body, we're not going to spend a ton of time on it. It's going to get beat up. Again, going with the NASCAR theme, we got the forward number and the larger logo in the quarter panel. You can kind of make out that distinct body line right there from inside, so we might just go ahead and cut it. Now, on that body line, again, being careful not to score your body too much right there, because that will be a weak point. Now, the trick is to continue this and make it look seamless. That's tricky. I'm not sure how it's going to look. It might look like it's stretched since we didn't go over the vent. Let me get a better look at it. We'll try the other side, and we'll pop back on here. All right, we're back. We did the masking off the camera. We got our blue hood, blue around the bottom, around the back. I'm going to carry it around the front, even though the real car doesn't have it, just to split up the yellow. The real car actually has a black splitter and a black side skirts, but I think that's going to make this body look too high off the ground, so we're going to go with the blue on the bottom. The stripes. The actual car comes to a point and it kind of fades into the yellow. Without actually cutting a mask, we're doing this the easy way. We're just going to use 1/8 and 1/16 inch fine line. There's 2 shades of orange. And the Menards logo has the stripe kind of curving through the logo. And to make this look a little more tuner-esque, I guess, since it is an Acura, we're just going straight line. And we'll do the two-tone here. And yeah, there we go. Let's get spraying some paint. All right, we're going to be using Proline. Not a huge fan of Proline paint. I had some of this. It seemed like it was very easy to scratch off. I don't know if it was the paint or my prep work. But this is a Tamiya body. It might be a little cleaner than the Proline bodies. They seem to be really oily. I did go through the same process here, warm water dish soap. And normally with the Proline body, I'll have to wash it like 2 or 3 times. I'm a little bit out of breath, shaking this paint up, walking the dog, out of shape. So we're gonna start with the yellow, and then we'll have to back it, and then we'll have to back it again with something like gray or silver, like we normally do, just because of we're gonna be spraying blue and orange over it. Fluorescence, as usual, really light coats. Let it build up naturally. Don't force it, because you're just going to cause yourself more problems if you try to pile it on there. So that's the first coat. We'll probably end up doing about 4. No need to film that, so I'm going to go ahead and blow dry this, and we'll come back once we got all of our yellow on there. All right, we got all of our yellow on, and got it completely dry. Well, at least I feel like it's completely dry. We didn't have to break into the new bottle. We did go by Anderson RC yesterday and picked up some supplies. We were running low on our fluorescent colors, on orange and yellows, and picked up another chrome. We'll do a chrome tutorial soon. But anyway, let's get back to this. We got all of our yellow on, and I got it dry, and I did an experiment. Don't recommend it, but I tried it, and it worked so far. I've said in previous videos that sometimes when you put, even after you back this up with gray, black, and everything, and then you come back and put orange or pink or a magenta or something over it, it always tends to eventually start to bleed into the yellow, unless you use lacquer-based paint. So what I did, once I got it completely dry, I took some Tamiya PS1. Aerosol white, which is like a lacquer or enamel base. I'm not sure what it is. I'm sure it's probably lacquer. And we went ahead and backed the body with the spray can. Didn't have any ill effects. Nothing reacted. Generally, water's not going, once it's dry, make sure it's completely dry. It's not going to react with the solvent. Just to give you an example, here's my little modified. This car was yellow, fluorescent yellow. I got a little tiny magenta stripe. I think painted my deck metal magenta, but look how the, right here. I mean, it looks kind of cool. I mean, it works, but see how the orange is bleeding in? The pink is turning the yellow orange. It's not really doing it back here with the blue and the black and the silver. The green's not even affecting it. But that red, whatever is red in this fluorescent color is really strong, and it starts to eventually just starts wicking in. That was not there until like 2 weeks after I painted this car. It looks fine. It looks like I did it on purpose, but it's not supposed to be that way. That was completely yellow. So we're trying to avoid this on this by putting the PS1 behind it. So time will tell. All right, I didn't film putting the gray on there, but I always back my white with gray just to make it totally opaque. It's not totally, kind of blotchy there. You can still see my hand through there. But it does help prevent the red or oranges from showing through. I wish I would have put at least one more coat of white on there. Got a little dark spot right here. I think one more white, I mean, the average person's not going to notice that. And up in here, these vents, they're going to be black anyways. Yeah, it could have still one more coat of white, but we're trying to push this through today. And this is going to be a race body. It's definitely going to have the look. We got all the masking peeled off for the blue. This is a difficult body to do stripes on. There's a lot of features molded into it. And you're going to have a grill sticker, grill headlights. All that's going to cover up some of your mistakes. But a lot of these tight areas, the tape just will not sit down in there the whole time you're painting. It'll kind of draw back up. So we used our little toenail stick and went in and straightened all of our edges up, so everything looks pretty clean in there now, as you can see. And what isn't, like up in here, is going to be covered up with the grill. And yeah, anywhere you got a lot of feature lines, the tape will tend to roll up a little bit, just from the tension, or just from when you're if you use a hair dryer to heat between your coats. Everything else did good. We had to clean up a little edge back here because there's a feature in the bumper that kind of protrudes out. So, you know, you got an inside out protrusion. You're trying to shove tape up into it. So, no idea how this logo is going to look. I hope it works. You're going to see it here first. Just like you're seeing, I wish I would have put one more coat of white on there. But it looks consistent all over, so that's okay. It's going to look good on the racetrack. So let's spray our blue, and then we'll start filling these logos out and see if we screwed it up or not. All right, we're back. I didn't bore you with me peeling all the film out. It looks like our logo is going to work. If you stand back, you can kind of picture Menards. It looks weird from the side because of this big vent. I may go back and spray that on the outside, flat black, because that's going to be a tight radius for a sticker to stay in. It'll probably start peeling out and look bad, so we may spray that black on the outside. We'll just cut through the film. The winter trim, same deal. I'm afraid it's going to start peeling up eventually, especially using the body, and if it gets upside down on the carpet, it may start pulling edges up, so we're going to go ahead and spray that. I just kind of free-handed around it. I just take some practice to get that. If you really want to be more precise, you can draw on the outside and see through it. Black outline, black numbers. I know the white and neon yellow are hard to distinguish sometimes, but that's the way the real car is. The real car has white outlines around the neon yellow, so hopefully it'll show. We're going to do black and white on the hood so it'll really pop. And don't let this blue tape fool you. That is going to be 2 shades of orange. It's going to be a darker fluorescent and then the lighter fluorescent underneath it. You may not even see a distinct difference between the two. Hopefully you do. That's what the real car has anyways. So we're going to get our gun loaded up and get this black sprayed. As I'm filming this, it's Sunday, and this is Sunday's video. We ran behind because we have some a lot of work at work. We just moved shops, if you've seen that other video. And I got 2 birthdays this weekend. My oldest daughter and her boyfriend both have birthdays this weekend. Well, they're a day apart. They're not this weekend, but we're celebrating them this weekend. They're actually next week. Busy at work, and a couple family outings this weekend has kind of put me behind on filming. So, like I said, either one way or another, I'm going to put a video out. And sorry this was a little later. But if you're seeing this, we made it. We made it another Sunday. As I'm filming, I'm getting messages about racing Legends cars, RC Legends. I have one. I just need a body and tires. And I'm also getting messages from another fella about future projects. He's got 2 crawlers. Wanted to know if I was interested in building one on the channel, and I said sure. We'll do at least one for now. Plus, we still have the 12 scale, 2 restorations. So content is coming. Now it looks like a race car. The purple looks bad on this one. The purple looked good on that black body we did a while back, the truck. All right, we're going to throw another coat on, and then we'll come back once we got all that peeled, and we'll spray the white. All right, I got a little ahead of myself. We're not spraying the white yet. We have to do the orange because the orange has to be back with white. Same deal. Got some bumps in the front end of the car here with the headlights and all that. So the tape did come up, so we had to go back and clean that a little bit. I did get a little ahead of myself, I think, and maybe something wasn't completely dry when I backed it with white. And some of our white peeled off of the yellow. Right there, you can't really see it, but I come back with a paintbrush with some Spaz lacquer and went back and just hand brushed the white back over. It didn't peel the yellow off, the white came off of the yellow. So I'm wondering if the yellow may not have been completely cured, because that will be more of a, it's gonna be a little wetter in some of these valleys because the paint might pile up a little bit more when you're spraying it in. So that might be my own user mistake there. I'm wondering maybe if the yellow wasn't completely dry in some of these valleys, because I'm trying to rush this through today. So with that, we went back and brushed some white over the yellow just to hope that the orange doesn't show through. And here's our 2 shades of orange, the top color, bottom color. This is fast flaming orange and just straight fluorescent orange. Proline does make a shade like this. I think it's called tangerine fluorescent. Yeah, I actually have some. It's tangerine, so it's pretty much the same thing. It's the lighter version of fluorescent orange. A little less red, a little more yellow. So Hopefully you'll see a distinct between these two, because the 16th stripe's going to be the light color and the big stripe's going to be the darker one. So to get the true color, you got to put quite a bit on there. And that's another reason why I'm concerned about it bleeding through and turning the body orange. Or at least turning it a darker shade of yellow over time. So this is an experiment, so we'll have to check back in on a month or two and see what happened to it. So let's get the spray in this orange. That's a brand new bottle of Proline. How weird is that? Or not even Proline, Parma. Antique. That came from King RC, and King RC has been closed for about 7 years now. This paint will last forever. I feel like it will if you don't freeze it and you don't keep it, you keep it free from air. Because I've got some bottles of green and some teal colors that aren't real popular that I've had for 20 years. And I'm not scared to use them. I actually use them on one of Joseph's bodies, our other contributor on the channel. I believe his Vortex body in one of the videos was painted with one of those teals that was probably 15, 20 years old. And it's still holding up. That kind of gives you the look already. You got the tape, it's a little bit lighter. So we'll pop back on here when we get the orange on, and then we'll go straight to white. All right, we got all of our masking pulled. We got our, well, I got our other orange spray, then I pulled the masking for the white. I only put 2 coats of the lighter orange. Hopefully there'll be a distinct between the two, slightly distinction. We didn't have any issues, everything peeling off. We had a little bit of tear on one of our R and our O on here. We had to touch it up a little bit with black. Painted our play button red. So yeah, we're gonna spray some white, and then we'll be pretty much done, minus painting the vents. We're gonna paint those on the outside. So let's get the white on here and get this thing wrapped up. All right, if you're using one gun like me, make sure you clean it out good between coats. Especially we're jumping from red straight to white. If you don't get any, if you got one drop of that red in there, you're gonna have pink paint. So unless you want pink, you better clean your gun out. I don't know why I keep getting tongue-tied trying to talk on the camera. All right, it's looking like it now. Boom. Look at that. We got to pull one little purple masking out here I missed. That's going to be black, so I'll spray that when I spray the vent. But yeah, can't wait to see this thing unwrapped. Let's get this thing dried up. We're going to back it with gray just to make it look clean inside, and then we'll come back and spray this, and we'll pull that film off. All right, we're back. We're going to do our little touch up. And if you're new here or new to painting bodies, we're going to paint this vent. And what we did, we trimmed ever so lightly around that overspray film and then peeled it out. So you're going to use your film as your masking. So we're going to spray this. We're going to use lacquer because it's a little bit more durable for impact. And I may have to spray some flat clear on it because this dries kind of glossy. So I may go back and just shoot one coat of flat clear over that black if it don't dry flat enough. So let's get that. Looks like we're going to be okay with the flatness. It's going on, put it on really light, it'll dry kind of dull. Although they call it high gloss, I don't know why they call it high gloss, but. Oh, got a little film blowing up right there. Might have to go back and fix that. No biggie. We'll take our stick and clean that corner up. There's that. Let's clean our gun up, and then we'll come back and we'll peel this film off. All right, we got our black on. We did our little touch up on that one little letter that we forgot to pull. We did have a little film blow up right here. That's a minor mistake, and we'll learn from that mistake. And it's easy enough to fix. We'll just take our little stick and clean that corner up. And worst case scenario, we could probably go back and tape it and spray it again. But I think we'll be able to clean it off. We'll call that a learning experience. And let's get this film off and see what we got. Like I said, my only regret on this whole body was not getting another coat of white on there. If we would have got one more coat of white on, it would have made made it pop a little bit more because it did darken up a little bit when we put the gray behind it, so we needed just a little bit more white. But I'm rushing this through one day. This is Sunday. But I think we're still going to have a really cool body. I think we're going to represent the channel and what we were going for, the Ryan Blaney Championship car. Boom. Check it out. There's our black vent, and look at there. That worked out just fine. It's right in the window. You can't even see it. So what we thought was a mistake, and when you hold it way back, you can read the menards. When you look at it from the side, you see how it's split. That's pretty cool. That made that very difficult to mask up. There's our logo, red play button. You can kind of see the distinct color between the oranges. May not see it on film, but I can see it right here. I don't have time to complete the body. We're going to do the grills, headlights. I don't have time to complete it in this video. We may touch on it on Wednesday's video. And Wednesday we might be going into a patina paint job or another build. I'm not sure. I got several things on my plate. I need to get on that patina paint job, I believe, because they like to take their RC trucks to their real truck shows and cruise-ins. But here, check it out. Menards number 12. Ryan Blaney Championship paint scheme with our logo on the hood. We'll see you on Wednesday. Stay tuned, subscribe, join the membership if you want. That's cool. We appreciate all the support. Still inching towards 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, we'll see you Wednesday.